こんにちは、ジャパニーズアーモのミサです。Hey guys! Today we're going to learn how to ask for directions. So, the most basic way to ask where something is something はどこですか? Something はどこですか? So, どこ means where, right? So, if you are in a restaurant, you want to ask where the bathroom is, you could say お手洗いはどこですか? お手洗いはどこですか? お手洗い is how we say bathroom in the polite way. So this word comes from two words, 手 which means hands, and 洗い comes from the verb 洗う which means to wash. So it's like place where you wash hands. Women also use the word 化粧室 化粧室 which comes from two words 化粧 makeup and 室 is a suffix that means room, so makeup room. So you know, instead of where you poop, you say that's where you put makeup on. So yeah, you can also use that, but お手洗い is probably the most common way. But you can also use the word トイレ which is how we say toilet, and it's not as direct as the word toilet. So when you are in a restaurant, you're obviously talking to waiters and they are strangers, so the word お手洗い might be preferred. Probably the waiters don't care, but some people might think you should say お手洗い. I personally think you can just say トイレ. But if you don't want to accidentally offend anyone, you can say お手洗い. But when you're talking to your friends and you want to use a bathroom when you're invited to your friend's house, you can just say トイレどこ? トイレどこ? Which means where is the toilet? It might sound blunt if you directly translate it into English, but when you're talking to your friends, you really don't have to care about, whether to be polite about, doing your business. It's just say toilet and then that's fine. But yeah, anyway, where is the bathroom? You can say お手洗いはどこですか? お手洗いはどこですか? So that's the standard way to ask where something is. But it's always polite to add the word excuse me at the beginning. So excuse me, you can just use the word sorry, which is すみません すみません. So you can say すみませんお手洗いはどこですか? すみませんお手洗いはどこですか? So that's the complete phrase. But from my personal experience, I normally just say すみませんお手洗いは. So I don't even say どこですか? So I just say excuse me, the bathroom. So it doesn't sound rude at all. Japanese people are so used to omitting subjects or omitting a lot of things. We are masters of figuring what the other person wants. Yeah, when I just say すみませんお手洗いは, then that's enough. You don't even have to say where, because most of the time they know that what I want to know is where the bathroom is. I'm not gonna start talking but the bathroom was dirty. I mean, there might be a case, but most of the time, if they see you just standing up from the seat and then ask, you probably won't complain about the bathroom, but you want to know where the bathroom is. So yeah, you can just say すみませんお手洗いはすみませんお手洗いは. That only works if you are in a restaurant or hotel where waiters or workers are meant to serve you. It's a bit different if you are outside or if you are in public. If you want to ask for directions, it's best to ask police officers in Koban. You can ask random people on the street, but they could give you wrong directions, which happened to me before, or they might be in a really hurry, so they might kind of ignore you. which also happened to me, either because they're in a hurry or because when people talk to strangers on the street, it usually is to get something out of them, you know, like they want to advertise the shops or they are trying to get interviews or, you know, whatever the reason. So people tend to ignore that sort of stuff. But if you obviously look lost and if you look like a tourist and also if you don't look like a Japanese person, then you'd probably be able to stop them better than me, for example. You'd see lots of koban if you're in a major part of Tokyo, but sometimes you can't find a koban. Then you can ask Eki-in-san, station attendant. It's also best to ask the Eki-in-san in a booth near the gates, because Eki-in-san on the platform could be busy, and Eki-in-san in that booth thingy usually has a map, and I've asked them a lot of times before and I got the best results from them. Anyway, when you want to ask where something is, if you say すみません, something wa doko desu ka, it can be a bit too direct. So it works fine in a restaurant because every restaurant should have a bathroom, and that's probably the only question they get about directions. Was when you want to ask the Eki-in-san, we generally don't say すみません blah blah doko desu ka, which you could if you are not too confident in Japanese. Sometimes you just don't want to try other phrases, right? Because it's kind of scary. So it's okay if you use something wa doko desu ka. But if you want to sound more like a native speaker, this is what you say. すみません blah blah に行きたいんですが。行きたいんですが. So let's say you want to go to Sensoji. It's a temple in Asakusa. I'd say すみません Sensoji に行きたいんですが. So first you want to say すみません just like other times, and then where you want to go, and then に行きたい. So when you want to say I want to go to blah blah blah, you'd say blah blah に行きたい. に行きたい. に means to. This particle indicates direction, and 行きたい comes from a verb 行く, which means to go. If you add this たい and then conjugate the verb 行く, then you get 行きたい, and that means want to go or would like to go. So if you want to say I want to go to Japan, you can say 日本に行きたい. 日本に行きたい. So when you want to say I want to do something, we normally say verb たいです. This just comes with this たい when you're speaking formally. But between this たい and this, there is this right? This des is used when you want to explain your situation. So this des is often used when someone asks why or how. Not just when you want to explain, but also when you want someone to explain. You'd say blah blah desu ka. Let's say I'm wearing a t-shirt that says New York City, for example. And then someone asks, oh, do you like New York City? Right? They'd say, ニューヨークが好きなんですか? ニューヨークが好きなんですか? It's like, do you like New York? That's why you're wearing this t-shirt? So if you directly translate this and this, like, tell me or explain please, that kind of sounds annoying, but it's not really like you're that nosy about it. It's just like to make a conversation. It's like if I'm wearing New York and someone just asks ニューヨークが好きですか? It's okay. But ニューヨークが好きなんですか? Would mean like, oh, I see your t-shirt. Do you like New York? I want to know that's the reason why. It sounds like you're more curious. Anyway, this des can be used that way, but this desu ga is almost a set phrase. So when we want something or when we want to ask something from the person we're talking to without being too direct or rude, we say blah blah んですが. So it probably sounds quite weird to English speakers, but we really like to be indirect. So if you just say blah blah はどこですか? It sounds like I deserve to know it and you should answer my question because you're my servant. It's okay in a restaurant because they expect that. But if you are not in a restaurant or hotel where you are not their customer or where they are not your servant, it's best to say blah blah んですが to sound polite. So this が is actually used as but normally. So for example, if I want to say I'm Japanese but I don't like sushi, I can say 日本人ですが寿司が好きじゃないです。日本人ですが寿司が好きじゃないです。So this が is a different thing from the が particle, and this が is basically the same as けど, which also means but. The difference between が けど and でも is that でも only can be used at the beginning of a sentence, so you can't use it in the middle of a sentence. Whilst けど and が you can use it in the middle of a sentence. So without ending the sentence with a full stop, you can say blah blah が or けど and then 10 comma and then add something else. Yeah, anyway, が can be used as but in this case used to indicate your situation. So for example, when we want to book a taxi on the phone, instead of saying, hello, can I book a taxi? That sounds a bit too direct in Japanese. Instead, we prefer to say, I would like to do something, but ... So it doesn't really mean but here. Because this sentence is technically not complete, because ga usually needs something to say afterwards. So this lets the listener to answer. Yeah, so if you want to book a taxi, you could say, タクシーを1台予約したいんですが、タクシーを1台予約したいんですが. You can say this right away. So when they answer the call, they'd probably say the company's name, no, someone です. So they say like Tanaka from Nihon Taxi speaking. They say 日本タクシーの田中です or something like that. Right away without even saying こんにちは or もしもし or すみません. You could just say タクシーを1台予約したいんですが. So タクシーを1台 means one car. 台 is a counter for cars and machines. So 1台 one car. So タクシーを1台 and then 予約する is to reserve or to book.And 予約したい want to, would like to reserve. And then んですが indicates my situation, so situation that I need a taxi. So instead of タクシーを1台予約したいです which would mean I want to, which sounds too direct. Or タクシーを1台予約できますか? Can I? It's okay.But still sounds quite direct. So Japanese people generally just end the sentence with んですが when they want to reserve something or ask for something. So for example, you think you lost your wallet and you want to report that to the station attendant, 駅員さん, right? Instead of saying I lost my wallet, 財布をなくしました. You want to say 財布をなくしたんですが. 財布をなくしたんですが. なくす is how we say to lose, and なくしました is the formal past tense of the verb なくす, right? So if you say 財布をなくしました, that's a fact.If you're telling that to someone, you can say that. But if you lost a wallet and you want a solution to it, you want to ask if they've seen it or not, then it's actually better to say 財布をなくしたんですが. Oh, I lost my wallet and so it's not a complete sentence, but it sounds polite. Because instead of saying, could you find it or something, they will tell you what to do. So you just want to let them figure out what to do. You can just say, 財布をなくしたんですが. Or if you think your wallet was stolen, then you can say, 財布が盗まれたんですが. 財布が盗まれたんですが. 盗む is how we say to steal, and 盗まれる is to be stolen. And yeah, 盗まれた is the past tense, was stolen, and this ですが. So obviously you probably want to say that to a police officer, and you can also call the 110 on the phone, and that's how you call the police. Even if you're talking to the police officer in person or on the phone, either way you'd say 財布が盗まれたんですが. Then they probably would ask your name and what was stolen. They would guide you through, but first it's best to explain your situation by saying blah blah んですが. So if you're a complete beginner, this grammar point would be hard, but in front of this んです, you can only put the plain form. So the past tense has to be the informal past tense, not mass form past tense. So なくしたんですが. You can't say なくしましたんですが. I actually used this んですが recently when I wanted to go to the hairdressers, but I was lost. So instead of saying I'm lost, like 迷ってしまいました, I said 迷ってしまったんですが. 迷ってしまったんですが. Like I'm lost. And I was like, マクドナルドの前にいるんですが. I'm in front of McDonald's. This is very useful when you want to explain your situation, because then they can tell how to get to the hairdressers from McDonald's. But anyway, when you want to say, I would like to go to blah blah blah, you can say blah 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 に行きたいんですが. And that sounds more natural. So again, if you're a beginner, you can stick to blah blah はどこですか? Yeah, so if you're talking to a police officer, 警察官, or a station attendant, it's best to say blah blah に行きたいんですが. But if you want to ask a random stranger on the street, it's best to use a different phrase. I would say すみません, place がどこか知っていますか? Place がどこか知っていますか? Or place までの行き方を知っていますか? Place までの行き方を知っていますか? In both sentences, I use the word 知っていますか? Which means do you know? In the first one, I said place がどこか and then 知っていますか? So どこ means where, right? This is a grammatical thing, but when there is a question inside of a sentence, or when there is a question inside of a question, so like do you know is already a question, and where is something, that's also a question. When you combine two questions, you have to use this ka particle to connect question with another thing. So when you want to say, do you know what blah blah is? You also say blah blah が何か知っていますか? Blah blah が何か知っていますか? But anyway, when you want to say, do you know where blah blah is? We say blah blah がどこか知っていますか? This way, I'm not expecting the person to guide me. If I say blah blah はどこですか? It sounds like I expect the person to know where the place is, which could sound rude because they are not your personal servant, or they might not live around here. So you could say blah blah に行きたいんですが to indicate the situation. But personally, I think it sounds best if you say blah blah がどこか知っていますか? Do you know where blah blah is? Or the other one, blah blah までの行き方 を知っていますか? So, 生き方 means how to get to a place. 方 means the way, so it's like the way to go, the way to get to. This まで is like to a place, up to a place. If you've learned Japanese a bit, you probably have heard A から B まで could mean from A to B. So the ni particle can indicate the direction, but まで is preferred if where you start matters. From this place to that place, how do I get there? Because in this sentence, I want to ask how to get there from this place. So using まで is best. So I would say, blah blah までの生き方を知っていますか? You can walk to Skytree from Sensoji, the temple in Asakusa. But if you don't know the direction, it can be a bit difficult. So you could say, スカイツリーまでの行き方を知っていますか? And instead of blah blah に行きたいんですが, you can also say blah blah を探しているんですが. Blah blah を探しているんですが to mean I'm looking for blah blah blah. So 探す means to look for, to search, and 探している means I'm looking right now. So 探しているんですが this phrase is actually very good because you can also use this phrase when you want to find something in a shop. So sometimes the shop is too big and you can't find where a certain product is, like you can't find where cling wrap is, right? Cling wrap, we by the way say ラップ, so you can say ラップを探しているんですが、ラップを探しているんですが I'm looking for a cling wrap. So basically you can just say product name を探しているんですが. So now you probably know that instead of how do I get to this place, we rather say I would like to get to this place ... and let the listener figure out what to do. So like how, you can use the word どうやって. So like you can't really be direct and say どうやって blah blah まで行けますか? Like how can I get to this place? It's alright, but people generally find it a bit rude. Obviously, if you don't look Japanese and if you don't sound Japanese, people won't be offended because, they actually would be happy that you're trying to speak Japanese and you're trying to learn our language. Like Japanese people generally really appreciate when you try to speak Japanese. If you want to give the native-like impression, you might want to stick to blah blah に行きたいんですが. Also, instead of the に particle, you can also use the え particle, and it's exactly the same. So blah blah へ行きたいんですが. It just sounds more formal. It doesn't mean that the に particle sounds rude. You can still use the に particle, and I personally always stick to the に particle. And also, even if you speak Japanese to them, they might answer you back in English, even if it's broken English. Not because they want to practice English. It's not their intention. It's not like they're trying to get free English lesson. We just do it because we think that's just nice. It's like you're learning our language and we want to give something back to show the appreciation, or simply because often in company we are told to help foreigners or tourists in English, especially because of Olympics. Some people seem to get offended when Japanese people speak English to them, but most of the time they just do it because that's the nice thing to do. So you really shouldn't get offended. It's actually the same in a lot of countries that don't speak English as the first language. If I try to speak, their language, but with a bad accent, they try to speak English to me, they're still helping you. So anyway, in the next lesson we'll learn more phrases like turn right or go straight. We'll learn how to really ask for directions, how to understand when people say まっすぐ, which means straight and stuff. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to this channel. Alright, じゃあまたね。バイバイ。